nothing but the dog in me.
One must die, chase the cat.
Good evening and welcome to Posse Presents. Here we are on a beautiful Saturday evening, first day of summer. Yeah. Couldn't be welcoming it with a more beautiful day, so, let's enjoy it, but let's remember to keep ourselves and our pets safe. I'm going to throw that out there just really quick. Don't leave your dogs in hot cars. Leave them home. Make sure that, if the pavement is too hot for your feet, remember that it's too hot for their feet. Let them walk on the grass, or better yet, keep them home. Anyway, that having been said, I want to give a shout out to our very own Zach. He graduated high school this week, so yay, Zach. Yay, he's in there. I don't know what he's saying, but I hear him. Very proud of him. And, hopefully he will stay with us. We were just having this conversation before we went on the air. 18, graduated high school, probably sooner or later going to have a life. Then what are we going to do? I mean, we can't do a show without him. So, I don't know. Maybe if there's anybody out there who wants to learn the ropes and volunteer their time, at least on a, as needed basis for a while until, Zach really does leave us, because it's like, he's gonna. It's gonna be rotten, but he's gonna. If anybody wants to learn the ropes and see what it's all about and be available when we need you, we'd certainly be willing to talk to you. It'd be a couple hours every Saturday night if Zach does get a life, and like I said, a couple hours as needed, until such time. So you can always email me at pawprince713@aol.com, and we can see what's up with that. We thought we had somebody once, but that didn't pan out, and, life goes on. It's not for everybody. But congratulations, Zach. We are proud of you, and certainly wish you the best. Know that you're going to do a lot of good things in your life. And, I remember when I graduated a very long time ago, it's kind of like, yay, no more school, and then you're like, and now what? So hopefully, you'll go on to do the things that are in your stars, and we will certainly be behind you no matter what you do. And thank you very much for all that you do for us, because, without you, there is no show, as we've found out. Anyway, I kind of have a guest tonight. This is Flat Teddy, and I'm going for those of you who follow National Mill Dog Rescue or Teddy's Facebook page, you kind of know what it's all about, but I'm going to go there and explain it, and when I'm done, you'll know what Flat Teddy's all about too. I already did my puppy mill thing. I did a show, and I had responded to a letter in the paper and went through the whole what puppy mills are all about, but it's not a topic that I'm going to leave alone, because it's a topic that is going to be a topic until it goes away, and it's an ongoing battle. I have a deep respect for National Mill Dog Rescue. They promote awareness, they educate the public, and most importantly, they get many mill dogs out of the mills, and they do a wonderful job of it. You follow their page. They're going out all the time to try to get these dogs a better life, and they get them adopted into loving homes, where they live out their lives, being dogs for the first time in their lives. And that's a miraculous transformation. There's any number of Facebook pages of these dogs, and you follow their progress. They go from not knowing what grass and sun and a warm blanket and a bath and being clean is, to just living the life. It's just a beautiful thing. And Teddy is one of those dogs that lived most of his life, 10 years I think it is, in a puppy mill, and he was rescued and saved and adopted out, and now his Facebook page is really, it's fun to follow, He's in one of those loving homes, and it's like so wonderful just to see, the old guy happy and living a real life like a dog should. And like I said, Teddy does have his own Facebook page, and it's simply called Teddy. He and his best friend Harley, whose Facebook page is Harley, they stand up for mill dogs, and they do a lot of promotions to try to create awareness, and this is one of them. There's a wonderful campaign to raise awareness and support National Mill Dog Rescue, and it's called Flat Teddy. Now, Zach, can we get the close-up of Flat Teddy up on the screen so everybody can see exactly what it is? It's just a printout of Teddy, and the campaign is Flat Teddy, so he's got his little sign underneath him, and you go to his page, and it'll give you the instructions on how to get your own Flat Teddy. And what the mission is to take pictures of Teddy wherever you are, in front of monuments, on your vacation, special interest places, doing, any number of things that you might be doing to spread the awareness about puppy mills and why they're awful. And they ask you to submit your pictures through the month of June, and I believe that they're going to put them all together and make a video out of it and use that as, spreading the awareness. And of course, you get like a whole package with it. You got Teddy's story, you've got little name tags you can print out, ask me about Flat Teddy. They definitely arm you with the information that you need in order to, intelligently present, Teddy's story and why puppy mills are such the awful things that they are. And it's been cool to see all the places that Teddy's been. I'll take the camera back, Zach. Teddy's literally been so far around the world. They're posting pictures all the time of the places that people have sent in where he's been. And I just think it's really ingenious that, you can do that. If somebody sees you walking around with this little paper Teddy thing, I mean, they might think you're nuts, but then you explain it and it brings a whole new light to it. So I think it's a great idea to strike up a conversation and make the awareness, and however they thought about it, I think it works, and it's a beautiful way to educate people about puppy mills and spread the word. So I wanted my Flat Teddy, but I was all right. Where am I going anytime soon? Nowhere. My truck's not going anywhere. But I was like, all right, well, what can I do? How can I contribute to the whole Flat Teddy thing? I want one. I was going to have one no matter what. But where was I going to go with Flat Teddy? Well, my idea came to me today, and that is I'm on TV with Flat Teddy, spreading the word about puppy mills. So it came to me, and here we are now, and you too can get yours. And, you print it out, and you cut him out, and I'm probably going to laminate him and put him in my car somewhere, just so that, people can ask me about Flat Teddy, not just for the month of June, but, on and on and on. It's not, I'll tell you what, I had a heck of a time cutting him out, but it was certainly worth it. And here's Flat Teddy on TV with me, and that's where in the world he is tonight. So I'm going to put him back over here and hope he stays like a good boy. And on with the show. So there's a few things that are happening, a couple in particular that I want to bring your attention to. A lot of times you are wanting to get involved with changing the way rescue is done, changing the world for BSL, which is breed-specific legislation. You don't know where to go to get the information that you need. You need maybe to be renewed in your efforts because you feel stagnant. There's a couple of things coming up that I think are going to be very helpful for a lot of people. One of them is coming up Thursday, July 31st. It's a film called Guilty Till Proven Innocent. And Zach, if you can pull that poster up, that would be helpful. It's a film that examines BSL, which, like I said, is breed-specific legislation, and the effects it has on local communities. Now, BSL is a huge issue for dog owners, and if you're not sure exactly what breed-specific legislation is, it's people's prejudice against a certain breed or a certain type of dog for how it looks. It's probably the easiest way to explain it. And unfortunately, right now, it's primarily pit bulls who are the popular breed to hate. And, it's a dangerous concept, and it's targeted other breeds before. The Doberman, the German Shepherd, the Rottweiler, and it's been a struggle for many other people, many other dogs, many other causes. Like I said, now it's the pit bull, and it's a very, very dangerous thing. As our society shifts and changes, I'm sure that there'll be a new target. But right now it is the pit bull, and unless we stand up and put our foot down, dogs are dying just because of what they look like. And if anybody remembers a couple years ago, the dog Lennox over in Ireland, he's a prime example. He was killed just for how he looked. There was the proof that he was not necessarily a pit bull, but, just because of how he looked and the laws that they had, they ripped this dog away from his family. I think the girl was 10 years old, and she was, he was like an emotional therapy dog for her, and it didn't matter to the officials. He fit the mold, and they just ripped him away, and he ended up being killed. They never knew when. It was a horrible, horrible thing. And so, again, with the laws and the way things are handled, in some places, pit bulls are surrendered to shelters or picked up on the street and not claimed, and they're immediately killed. There's no option for adoption. There's no chance at life. It's really important to be educated about how this type of thing affects the animals and how it affects people. Just because somebody doesn't like what you look like doesn't mean that, you need to be killed. I mean, pit bulls are some of the most awesome dogs that there are out there, whether you like them or not. There are people who would die for their dogs, and those dogs are pit bulls. And they have just the worst reputation right now, and it's unwarranted. It really is. So if you really want to learn more about breed-specific legislation, this is a great opportunity to get on board. It's a little bit of a distance from here. I checked it out. It's about 2 hours, but it seems like a small price to pay for what it represents. From what I understand, Sue Torres, who was here last week with her book about pit bulls, Loyalty Unleashed, she'll be attending this. And, it's a chance to meet a lot of people who are like-minded. It's a chance to learn more about something that, you may be unclear on. Sometimes you think but something like this will bring home the facts, open your eyes to stuff that, different aspects of a topic that you didn't know before. But I think it's North Attleboro. I can't read it from here. It's like a good 2-hour run from here. But it's certainly worth the trip, and I know of a lot of people who are going, a lot of people who, I would love to meet, hope I can get there. We'll see how that pans out. But there is all the information on this poster, and if you're missing that, I do have this posted on the Pound Posse Presents website, or Facebook page rather, so that you can get all the information and click through the links and see what's involved in being able to attend. And like I said, the address is on there. If you MapQuest it or Google it, it's like a good 2 hours from Waterbury anyway. But, like I said, small price to pay for, I think, what the experience will be and what you'll come away from it with. And I will take the camera back, and I will go off on a tangent for a moment. I mentioned Sue Torres and her book. She was here last week. She left me a copy, and it was beautifully inscribed. And not only was it beautifully inscribed, I was kind of overwhelmed. I did start to read it. I've been trying to make the time all week long to read at least a little bit before I fall out at night. And I was absolutely overwhelmed by the fact that I was reading the introduction, and she actually mentions me by name in the book. If you remember, we told a story about how when she was first reaching out to find the stories and connect with people to make the book possible, I wrote an article. It's what I do. And, she got a lot of feedback, a lot of hits from it, and she was able to proceed probably a lot more quickly than she might have anticipated. But right in the introduction, she retells that story, and she names me by name. And I was flabbergasted. I was overwhelmed. I'm very grateful. Sue, thank you for the book. Thank you for the honorable mention. I will take that with me in my heart forever. And hopefully your book will do a lot of good and be able to raise awareness again about how wonderful pit bulls are. And, I'll tell you, reading the book, it has been a joy. There are so many stories so far that I've read. Some are short, some are a little longer. None of them are too long. It's kind of cool to see some of the dogs that the stories are about are dogs that have Facebook pages and that I follow or that I've seen. Some of these dogs are, quote unquote celebrities on Facebook, more popular than others. Some of them, if you've been in the animal circles on Facebook, you'll definitely recognize. Others are, your everyday kind of people who, found a dog, rescued a dog, for whatever reason, ended up with a pit bull, and now wouldn't have it any other way. People who overcame, their own misgivings or uncertainties about pit bulls, won over 100% by simply being around them and having one. And it is hard. Sue wouldn't pick a favorite story last week, and I don't think I'd be able to either. There are just, so far in this book, so many wonderful stories. I know that what's going to happen is I'm going to finish reading it and I'm going to want more. And so hopefully, hint, hint, Sue, you'll do a sequel, because I really think it's a great idea. And, a lot of these stories are, unretouched just from the people and from the heart. And so, if you get a chance to read it, I highly recommend it because it's been very, very enjoyable. Anyway, off my tangent, off my soapbox, on to the next topic. For anyone familiar with the no-kill movement, Nathan Winograd is the driving force behind that movement. And he's written a number of books. Most notably is his book called Redemption. And, now there's a film based on the book and its principles. And he's doing a tour with this movie as a screening. And, the man has it right. It's a fact that we kill more animals than we place in this country. Some never even get a chance at life. If there's a way to end the madness, we should embrace it. And, if you need any inspiration, this is the guy to follow. He really is. Read his books and read what he has to say. A lot of it makes so much sense. There's the number one. Zach, pull up that first poster. Shelter killing is the leading cause of death for healthy dogs and cats in the United States. It doesn't have to be. And, no truer words were ever spoke, so as they say. We kill more animals than we place. It's unbelievable. They never have a chance. The shelters, they take the attitude that it's the way of the world. They say, it has to be done. There's not enough homes, et cetera, and so on. Nathan Winograd debunks that theory in just about everything he says and does. So his tour is nationwide. And like I said, it's not just the movie, but it's the man himself. So this is a great chance to learn about how we can change things and what part you can play in making the change happen. We're fortunate enough. Zach, you can pull up the other picture too. This is that's a great little poster. It's really cool. And this is the one, I guess, the other one for the national tour. But we're fortunate enough to have 2 appearances in our area. Again, each one of them is like a couple of hours away. But I think that just to meet him, is one of those things you'll take with you forever. to see the movie. There is the warning that it's graphic, and you may or may not want to take caution with who you bring with you and what your expectations are. But there is the screening in New York City on July 16th and Boston, Massachusetts on July 17th. Again, either event is a couple hours away, but it's definitely worth the trip for what you'll take with you for the rest of your life. Both of these events are things that are just life-changing. Why are we killing animals in shelters? Because we say there's no room, because we say there's not enough homes. Unless an animal is truly sick beyond help, there's no reason. There's really no reason, and we do it every day. We do it in every state. We do it in every corner of this country. And, the numbers that Nathan Winograd can give out that, of the municipalities or the shelters that have signed on to participate in turnaround is just amazing. I've read most of Redemption. I have to admit I haven't read all of Redemption. It's a rather dry read. And once upon a time, I'll take the camera back, Zach. Once upon a time, I was a much more avid reader, and now I find that it's puts me to sleep. It's not about the content. It's one of those things that puts me to sleep. So it's become harder and harder for me to say, hey, I'm just going to hang out and read a book for a while. But the things that he's got in his books just make so much sense. Again, the killing just really has to stop. There's no chance for a lot of these animals, within 72 hours of hitting a shelter, they're gone. They don't even get advertised. Some of them are killed on intake. By the time the owner who surrendered that dog hits the parking lot and starts his car, they've got the dog in the back and it's gone. Not even a chance. So, again, both of these events are, kickstarts, jump starts, renewal points for whatever it is that you believe in and stand for in the rescue world. And if you want to get started, there's no better way than this event with Redemption, because, like I said, this man has done so much, and he has gone to such lengths to try to prove his theories, and they work. So again, if you have the chance, check these out. I do have the links up on Pound Posse Presents website, Facebook page. It's all on there now, so you can go cruise Facebook and see what it'll take to get in on either one of the events. And there's also, you can click through to his Facebook page. He's got the whole no-kill movement. He's got a couple of pages going on. He's got the no-kill cross-posting too, which is another great site, because on his Facebook page, it's about what he's about and not necessarily about the postings for the animals. But he does a lot, and he makes a lot of sense, and he's, like, you could tell, his heart is in it. It's check it out. Before I ramble on anymore, check it out. So one of the things that I want to mention is, again, back to Sue Torres. She's going to be appearing at the car show and bake sale that we're having in July. That's July 20th. And we look forward to having Sue there with her books as well. Really looking forward to the car show. There's going to be a lot of cool people showing up, and we're going to be making some announcements soon. My best friend and I, Sarah, are running this bake sale, and we are bound and determined to make a go of it. So if anybody wants any information about that, again, pawprints713@AOL.com. And, we're taking volunteers and bakers and everything else, and we're going to make this a success. It's for Hounds Healing Heroes and Best Friends for Life Animal Shelter. And, come on down, check us out, and make sure you say hi, because I will be there the entire time. That's July 20th from 3 to 6, and looking forward to seeing you there. Now, I mentioned Flat Teddy and his best friend, who is Harley. And there is a link on the Pound Posse Presents Facebook page. I mentioned it a couple weeks ago. Harley is looking for a spot on the cover of Modern Dog magazine so that he can use that venue to talk about mill dogs and, spread the awareness there. So if you get a hot second, check that out and go vote for Teddy, for Harley rather. Here I go. Go vote for Harley, and you can vote for Harley every 24 hours. And speaking of voting, lo and behold, our little Juno has made the next round of the Hero Dog Awards, and she still needs your votes. The links are consistently posted on the Pound Posse Presents Facebook page because I am Juno obsessed, as we all know. And yeah, he's like, yeah, no, not much. So Juno needs all your votes, and you can actually vote once every 24 hours with every email address that you own. So, your Facebook email address, any of your personal email addresses. I think personally I am now up to 11 email addresses voting for Juno per day. You can do it too. This round of voting ends on June 30th, so make it count, please, for my little friend Juno. And Flat Teddy and I are getting ready to say goodnight. Check out National Mill Dog Rescue or Teddy's Facebook page, and you can find out how to get your own little Teddy. I think he's adorable. I mean, it's such a cool idea. You can seriously take your pictures with Flat Teddy wherever you are and, strike up the conversation so that you can also make people aware of the horrors of puppy mills and, have your picture included on his Facebook page and have his picture included in their video. So anyway, Zach, what do we got left? So now we're going to say peace, love, and dogs. Flat Teddy says so too. We're going to say goodnight. We'll see you next week. Thank you very much.